let's start off. Who's really excited and enthusiastic about back-end currency settlement? Yamoto, this is going to be a hard sell. Okay, my name's Robert Bell. I am the founder of a real-time payment settlement system that we deployed in the South Pacific. Began humbly at my time at HSBC. I was about 22 years old and decided that it was harder to learn how to do existing payment processing and exception reporting than it was to build a new system. So we sat down, designed it, built it, and got it going globally. It was supposed to save HSBC group-wide about £200 million a month. Then the GFC hit and everything changed. So we took UN backing and we deployed the system publicly outside the HSBC brand in the South Pacific. And now it's got much bigger. So this is probably the most important slide. So if you listen to one thing and stop looking at the smartphones for a little bit, look at this one. PassportFX enables interbank payments without credit rating. So if you know what continuous link settlement is, that's the CLS and the next point down there, then this is CLS for everyone else. Not just the top 17 central banks in the world, everyone. Retail, everybody. So right down the bottom, what does this mean? Banks can access more customers, lower the cost, higher monetary velocity because you've got people doing international payments now for $2, $4, $5 with real cleared funds, and a much greater regulatory environment. So how has the recognition gone? Well, we're the world's best retail remittance platform in the world in every market we operate in. That's in the South Pacific. So it's the World Bank's numbers. Now we're trying to add about one new country per month, and although we're in a rebuild at the moment, we're still getting about 1,000 users every day. We don't particularly want them, but they're coming. This is through our back channel, so you can't go to www.passportfx.com and sign up. 70% of these guys are still going through and doing a transaction, which is a huge hit rate, including the KYC. So after 6 months, we've got 180 currency pairs in our wholesale platform, nearly 1 million branches across most parts of the world coming online, 2.2 million ATMs, so people can do the last mile, and 320 telcos connected. I'm pretty sure that's one of the biggest networks. So what's the situation? Why do we exist? Well, banks are great at everything, provided we can find a customer big enough to pay for it. We, the bankers, have huge economies of scale, we have massive reach, and the most global business, which is money. But we just don't pass it on to the last mile. So that's where we come in at PassportFX. So we've solved the mystery of the intraday missing funds. Have you ever sat in the back there we go. Have you ever sat in the back office and had a $100 million payment go missing? This is what we address. So we're saving emerging markets about billions of dollars a year because we take away the settlement risk and the exposure, and the Gates Foundation, one of our supporters, has estimated if we drop the remittance cost from 10% to 5%, it's tens of billions a year saved. So this is the bit that I really want you guys to get excited about. Helping debt-laden countries eliminate systematic foreign exchange and settlement risk. That's exciting. That is exciting. So, in the part of doing this, what have we won? Well, Financial World Innovation Awards in London, UN Development Program funding, obviously Silicon Valley, SWIFT and Innotribe have recognized what we're doing, and Y Combinator, a US incubator, has funded us as well, or offered us funding. The big problem is the perception. So last year at Cybos, we sat there and one of the most popular bankers for these unbanked people said, banks are evil, and the auditorium clapped. That's a real problem for me because I've got such a big faith in the good that banking can do. We take assets and we allocate them where they can be most efficiently used. So one of the things, that's slow. We can do high-frequency trading, but we can't do this for retail consumers. So let's do a quick little fun experiment. Concorde, 35 years ago, could get from London to Singapore in about 9 hours, including a fuel stop. Let's compare that to other options available for transferring value. This is just quick. So beginning in London, after about a minute, only email comes through. You see SMS, remittances like Western Union are not far behind. As we roll through, everybody finishes in under about half an hour, except Concorde, that's having a fuel stopover, and bank payments, wire transfers. Now, this is a round trip in a week, so you can do about 2 bank remittances, round transmission. You start at Barclays, you come to OCBC, you can probably send that $20,000 backwards and forwards twice within a week. Unless you're with HSBC, with their global payments, I challenge you to beat that. Concorde can do 9 round trips. 9. Remittances, all the way up to emails, 5,000 back-to-back emails. But this isn't the surprising part. The surprising part is what banks can do when they want to. 340 million round trips per week. Super high frequency trading. We can do this. But there's a huge disparity. So, is foreign exchange relevant to the future of finance? A 1.2 quadrillion US dollar annual market turnover, generating $700 billion in fees. That's pretty important. A global market's important to the financial industry. The World Bank, I'm going to go over time just to use up some minutes. The World Bank says globalization, yes. We can alleviate poverty and get more customers. And PassportFX is at the center of it. Today, SWIFT does 97% of the value of all payments, but less than 1% of the actual number. Imagine if SWIFT could do this. Authenticated, cleared real-time payments. So we developed it for the market. We developed a PassportFX, a peer-to-peer market for remittances, and now it's gone global with the big banks. So it's getting rid of that feeling. Yeah, sorry.
That's the moment when the audience applaud. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.